If you want to stop this pair calling round when you're out for the evening,
This'll do, George. No one at home here.
leave a light on in a downstairs room.
We'll shortly be closing down for the night here on Anglia, but a reminder that entertainment continues through the night on Chiltern Radio, now broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But before we go, a few words from the Reverend Donald Hilton at the end of the day.
A letter has come down to us from ancient times. It was written just a few years before Jesus Christ was born. It's a husband's letter to his wife. He was a Roman soldier away on duty. She was a young teenage bride left at home. She'd written to him first, or rather she'd gone down to the village scribe and dictated a letter she couldn't write herself. In her letter she told her husband that she was pregnant. She wanted news of him and, I suppose, some support and sympathy in her pregnancy. We've still got the letter the husband sent back to his Roman wife. By the time she got it, she was only a few weeks away from the child's birth. The soldier's name was Hilarion, his wife, Alice. Hilarion to his sister Alice. Very many greetings. Know that we are still in Alexandria. Do not be anxious. As soon as we receive our pay, I will send it to you. If by any chance you bear a child, and it is a boy, rear him. If it is a girl, cast it out. And that was meant literally. It was common enough practice. Any unwanted child was simply left out in the fields or in the desert. It wouldn't suffer long. There were enough wolves or wild boar to ensure that. A child might be saved, of course. There were organized groups on the lookout for such children to rear them. If they were healthy, well-formed girls, they'd make good child prostitutes in a few years. If they were maimed or had been mutilated by beasts, they could be used to good effect as beggars. A crippled child beggar could earn more than one that looked healthy. Now that was Rome. They had a rather better way in Greece. Parents weren't allowed to expose or discard their children. Babies were examined by the city elders. Parents must rear healthy children, boys or girls. Sickly or weak children, the state disposed of. That was the world into which Jesus came. They bought children for him to touch. And the disciples scolded them for it. But when Jesus saw this, he was indignant and said to them, "Let the children come to me. Do not try to stop them. For the kingdom of God belongs to such as these. I tell you, whoever does not accept the kingdom of God like a child will never enter it." And he put his arms round them, laid his hands upon them, and blessed them. You get a deep insight into people's character when you know how they treat children.
Our thanks very much to the Reverend Donald Hilton. And that brings us to the end of our day. We'll be back with you from 9:30 in the morning. I hope you'll be able to look in. So on behalf of everyone here at Anglia, it's a very good night, and we'll leave you with a rundown of our programmes for the evening. I hope you sleep well. Good night. Time for us to wend our way home, so don't forget to switch 'em off, will you? Good night.